Tolles will step up. Tolles looking to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown.
Coming up on Inside BC Football, we'll talk to the coach Steve Addazio. We'll also talk to quad captains Tyler Rouse and Truman Gutapfel, and we'll get an inside look at the BC Strength and Conditioning Program. All that next on Inside BC Football. Hi everybody and welcome to Inside BC Football. I'm Jon Meterparel. It's midseason report time for the Eagles. They are 3-3 entering their bye week with a big one coming up against Syracuse on the 22nd. I sat down with Coach Steve Addazio to talk about that and much more.
Landry got a piece of Watson. Ball's loose, but Clemson has it back behind midfield.
First and goal, handoff, Hillman running wide to the left and towards the end zone and in. Touchdown, Boston College. Coach Addazio, welcome back to Inside BC Football. Good to see you.
Good to see you, John.
Good to see you, too. Take us back to the Wagner game. I know it seems like a long time ago, but Wagner was a game where you guys kind of got your feet under you again. You established some consistency on offense. Talk to us a little bit about that game.
Well, I mean, just that. I mean, I think, we had a chance to, probably would have been a good opening day game. We were able to get some things done, go back to basics, really work on a run game, things like that. I think we spent 2 weeks with Wagner and Buffalo doing those things, and I thought we won those games the way we're supposed to win those games. And that led us into Clemson. But I think, there's a lot to the progression of the schedule that you have, and the momentum building, the confidence building. And, and that's something that's really, really important. That hasn't really been that smooth for us this year, but in the same breath, it doesn't deter us from the growth of our football team. And, I see some great growth in our football team. In fact, playing Clemson, boy, it was totally different than that Virginia Tech game. I mean, we did some really great things on both sides of the ball and special teams in that game. And we played a really good football team. We let up some big plays early. We had a chance before half to get 7 of those back. We lost our center after the first quarter. We went into the game without our left tackle. And, for us right now, at the stage that we're at, those things really rock us. And when you're playing a good teams take advantage of those things. But I thought when you watch the tape, physically, there were a lot of times where we were moving their defensive front, and on defense, they weren't moving our defensive front. And that's where you really measure things. Now, they made some great athlete plays in the perimeter, which they're going to do because they have some great athletes. But I didn't think the score was really indicative of that game, really. That's my job to be able to see what's good and, and keep developing it, And, as I told the team, listen, we got a lot of football left to play here. We're 3-3. We just got to keep growing. We got to keep developing, and we will. And I just believe in where we're headed.
And having said that, looking ahead, does the bye week come at a good time?
Oh, yeah.
And with Syracuse on the horizon, how do you prepare for them during the bye?
Well, we have to have a bye week because we took a lot of injuries on, right? It gives Aaron Montero a chance to get back. It gives John Baker a chance to get back. It gives Connor Strahan a chance to get back. I mean, all these guys have, we kind of went through the gauntlet in the first 6 weeks now in terms of the level of play and everything. So, yes, it was critical. Now, just from a health standpoint, it was critical. And then it gives us a few extra days to get ready for Syracuse and to kind of regather and get ready for the second half of the season. And that's where we are. To me, all right, the first half is done. We're 3-3. Now we're in the second half of the season. We've got to go meet our next goal right now. And the immediate thing of our next goal is beat Syracuse.
What's your biggest concern about the Orange?
Well, I think that their vertical passing game. I really like their quarterback. I think he's a good player. I think he's a real headsy, gutsy, talented guy. I think the receiver has got phenomenal ability to go up and get the ball in the air. And I think they got a good running back. I think they got a good little skill tandem right there. And I think that's evident by what you see. Those guys have made plays for them, and their quick strike capability is helped them. So we just got to do a great job of playing, taking away their strengths, and just continue to grow. Let our deal continue to grow, and get all caught up in all the nonsense. Just develop and grow. Okay, we are building a program for the future right now, okay? And that's what we have to stay the course and do.
Coach Addazio, good luck. Good to see you.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right, and coming up, a guy who's had a lot of success against the Orange, Tyler Rouse, will join us on Inside BC Football.
Hey Tyler, my name is Perrin Conant, and I'm wondering what made you want to go to Boston College besides football? Also, what is the best part about being a student at Boston College?
Thanks, Perrin, for your question. I think one of the best things about being a Boston football athlete outside of football is that the education here is just unbelievable, and I truly am thankful that I'm able to get to experience the education. Not only that, the people here that you meet, the bonds that you get to meet, so many people are willing to help you, and I think that in all is what BC embodies, and I think that's why I chose to come to BC.
Inside BC Football is brought to you by Allstate, Coldwell Banker, WB Mason, and Xfinity.
And a handoff to Rouse, bouncing outside of the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. Tyler Rouse is the Eagle in the end zone, his second score of the game.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Jon Meterparel, joined by BC Quad Captain and Syracuse native Tyler Rouse. Tyler, I know you always circle the Orange game. You had a big game against them last year with 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Why are you so successful against them?
I just really enjoy playing against them, getting to play in front of some of my old fans, and in front of my family and friends. It's always a big game for me, and just getting to compete. And I used to have a couple of former teammates from high school on the team, so it was always fun getting to compete against them and play, so I really enjoyed it.
Did you feel like coming to BC, why didn't Syracuse recruit me more heavily? Was that a place you wanted to go?
Growing up, I think everyone from the area would love to go to Syracuse, and it's kind of embodied in our area that we're in, to grow up and go to Syracuse. But as I went through the recruiting process, just stuff didn't work out, and ended up coming here, and I am so blessed and thankful that I ended up here, so everything worked out.
They've been very lucky to have you. We talk about you all the time on the radio broadcast as a guy to build around on a team, a good guy to have on the team because you do so many things. One thing you're doing this year is returning punts, and you've been very effective. Do you like the role?
Yeah, I do like the role. Anything my teammates ask me or my coaches ask me to do, I really try to do with everything I have, and I really do enjoy that role, and I think the success is coming from my teammates helping me learn how to fit into that role and kind of just working on the fundamentals and working. So.
Was it a hard adjustment for you?
It wasn't too difficult, but I did a little bit in high school, but it's just a different feel, and you gotta, with anything new, you gotta practice it and learn new fundamentals and have guys that are gonna help you learn those.
Coming off a tough loss to Clemson, 3-3, headed into the Syracuse game, as a leadership role now, what do you have to do to make sure these guys don't get too negative and down?
I think you said it, just make sure and be positive and keep driving and keep working and doing what we know we can do, and just keep the eye on the prize and keep the vision that we have. We can't have nearsightedness where we just see what's going around us, and we got to have the vision to see through everything and just keep working and keep grinding and letting guys know that, hey, our goals are still in front of us and we still reach all of them.
Is it hard to do that now in the age of social media and a lot of noise around you?
I think it makes it more difficult for anyone, but I think that it's not too challenging as long as you can keep the vision, keep the focus, and just rally around the guys around you. So,
what do you want to accomplish in your final 6 or maybe 7 games for BC?
What I want to accomplish is I would love to go to another bowl game and win the bowl game, and that would be a dream come true for me. And I would really love just to see the guys just playing the highest level they can and just being themselves and having a lot of fun and just enjoying.
Well, there's no doubt they're going to miss this guy when he graduates. Good luck to you, Tyler.
Thank you very much.
Truman Gutapfel from Harrison, Ohio. Something that people don't know about me, I played in concert band in high school. I played 2 actually. Hang with any celebrity, Will Smith.
What?
My favorite sport besides football is wrestling. Wrestled in high school. Favorite food? Definitely Italian food. If I could choose to do anything for a day, I'd definitely sleep. Favorite zoo animal would be the rhino. What would I sing at karaoke night? Garth Brooks. Friends in Low Places. If I could travel anywhere, I'd go to Montana and fish. If I had a bumper sticker on my helmet, it would say, vacate this area. How about that? That's good.
2 seconds, 1 second. This game is over. Hail Mary, deep it is. Oh, he got it! He got it! He got it! Touchdown! 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 He did it! He did it! Flutie did it!
It never gets old watching the miracle in Miami. And now on Inside BC Football, it's time to sit down with outstanding strength and conditioning coach Frank Pirano.
Get on the box. Room facing one way, goal facing the other. Let's go. Fast, fast, fast. Stop next time you ready, go. Go fast, fast. Let's go.
That's it, Jimmy. All right, trace box, let's go. Coach Addazio has a very high expectation for our department here in strength and conditioning, and all of them. You know, we all have to be aligned with his vision for our program and what he wants, and that really starts in here in the weight room because we spend 9 months of the year with the players in here only. So we kind of have to lead it, and we do that at coach's discretion. And we evaluate our strength program not on how big you are, how fast you are, how strong you are, but more on how hard do you work, how much effort do you give. Brandon, first set? Yeah. What are we trying to get here?
10, at least 10.
All right, let's get it. How about 11?
Sounds good.
Good. All yours, no help, right through it. Breathe, good, attaboy. There's another one in there. There's another one in there. Little help, Andy, make him do the work though. All the way up, good, walk it in. We go about the process for strength and conditioning for football with the sport of football in mind, and what you have to understand about football that's different than other sports and weightlifting itself is the violence of the game. So a lot of what we do have to do with injury prevention, taking care of what we call the high risk joints, necks, shoulders, knees, ankles, make sure they're all ready for the violence of the game. Now all the way up, John, you gotta touch your shirt, don't count that, you're about 4 inches short there. Hands off the way down, make him get the negative, you gotta shove him up. All the way up, good. Super slow, 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 good. Mac, bounce up in one motion, don't climb up. To monitor our players from all the things they have to balance here, especially at a place like Boston College, which is very difficult academically, and there's a lot of workload for them there. To balance all those things, it's a matter of constant education to our players. Make sure they understand how much they need to be sleeping, how much that mental stress and academics can contribute to how they play on the field or even injury rates. It's a matter of getting to know the players and communicate with them constantly. How much did you sleep last night? How much water have you taken in the last 24 hours? How much have you eaten? All these things for recovery. And once they understand why we're talking about those things, they give us a lot of feedback, and they'll take some interest in it as well. Little pause there, Mike. That a boy. Way to work, Mike. Keep going. Grind through it, Mike. Bryce, all the way up, Bryce. That's it. Good. Good. Big step, chest up, drive through hard off that front leg, Adam. Go ahead, drive through hard. Good, chest up, John. The training here at BC, again, this falls in line with everything we do as a football program. This whole program from Coach Addazio down is based on hard work. So it's, you can understand in the weight room and in the strength and conditioning and in the off season and during the season as well. You're going to get pushed, you're going to get coached, you're going to get challenged. That boy, a little slow on the way down, be aggressive on the whip, aggressive on the whip. No, he's fine, he's got it. Good, Cope. That boy, perfect. Chin above that par and pause. Brandon, hang a little bit lower at the bottom, please. A little more stretch. Most of what we do in here is really mental. And we always say that the physical gains are kind of a byproduct of the mental gains. If you're a hard worker and you're accountable and you're disciplined, you're going to get stronger, you're going to get faster, and so it's going to be a byproduct of those things. Make sure you're using your head. Get all your meals in tomorrow, go to your classes tomorrow, stay off the streets tonight. It's not an excuse. Be in the dorm and be in bed tonight. We all understand? Yes, all right. Calorie up.
My name's Tyler Rouse, and I'm from Baldwinsville, New York. When I have free time on my hands, I like to either sleep or play video games. My favorite season is fall because of football, and from where I'm from, the leaves change. It's just a really cool feel. My favorite home-cooked meal is my mom's chicken riggies. It's like this pasta with chicken. It's really good. If I could be any animal, it'd be a lion, and I just think they're courageous and tough. So, the car that I think is the ultimate ride would probably be a Lamborghini Gallardo. My fashion accessory I like to wear is definitely the Apple Watch. Favorite all-time movie would be Remember the Titans. My favorite cereal would be Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch is a tasty part of a balanced breakfast.
My celebrity crush is definitely Beyonce. If I had to choose a movie tell for the story of my life, it would be, oh man, this is a tough one. Peaks and valleys, but the king will rise to the top.
Hi, Coach Addazio. My name is Daryl, and I heard that you played both offense and defense in college. Which one did you like more, and why?
Thanks for the question, Daryl. I really like them both, but I love playing defense. And I just always used to really like the idea of attacking. And I started on the defensive line, and in those days would pop up and play inside linebacker in a split defense, and an odd defense play nose guard. And just the ability to control as a defensive lineman in the line of scrimmage, get after the quarterback, pursue, make tackles. I just love that attack concept. So I've always loved defense, really. But as a coaching career, I started out on offense, and and just really enjoyed that as well. But as a player, if I was going back again, I'd like to go back and play on defense.
Thomas back to throw. Thomas out of the pocket, gets hit and wrapped up at the 4 by Truman Gutapfel. The War Daddy, as they call him, made the big stop, and the Eagles force a quick 3 and out.
Welcome back. I'm joined by BC quad captain, defensive lineman Truman Gutapfel. And Truman, coming back after a tough loss against Clemson, how do you bounce back from a mental standpoint to play Syracuse on the 22nd?
We definitely just got to get the confidence back up for the guys. We've played some really tough teams. Virginia Tech, Clemson, both, in my opinion, top 5 teams right now. I mean, they're unbelievable. And we got a really tough team, and we just got to remind our young guys that, we got some really good players, and we got to come back and got to play really hard against Syracuse. So that's the goal.
From a playing standpoint, how do you manage the bye week? Is it difficult to stay mentally engaged?
Well, it's a lot of free time, and we hope that the guys are using it to watch film, get their bodies back, because it's a well-timed bye week. It's in the middle of the season, so guys with bumps and bruises can get them fixed, and so we get prepared for the next game.
And defensively, you're going to be facing a team that likes to play at warp speed in Syracuse. They want to average 90 plays a game, snap every 15 seconds. How is that preparation?
Well, I mean, it's just big on our conditioning, We got a little bit of that against Virginia Tech, and we didn't handle it very well. So, but we know what to expect now. We know some of the stuff they want to do. So I think we'll be ready for it.
Is there ever a point in your defensive position where you say, man, I need a breather?
Definitely. That happened a couple times against Virginia Tech. But we worked really hard in the offseason to get our conditioning up. So Coach Pirano does a great job with that. And for the most part, I think our defense is pretty good on that.
What have you done to elevate your game? I think you're one of the most improved players BC's had since I've been doing the games. You've elevated every year. What's that process been like for you?
I mean, it starts with the coaches. I had great coaches. Coach Albert, he taught me a lot coming in from high school. The speed of the game was crazy change. And Coach Albert really taught me how to use my hands and just the techniques. You might watch D-line and think it's just a bunch of meatheads bashing into each other, but there's a lot more technique than you would expect. And then Coach Pasqualone, he's an unbelievable coach, one of the best coaches I've ever been around. And he's just, the short time being around him, he's taught me a lot. So it's helped.
And academically, you're one of the top students on the team. How do you juggle the academic requirements with athletics?
Yeah, it's really important to me. I get my grades. It's always been important for my parents. They've always stressed that. School before football. So it's tough, especially at a school like BC, where it's ACC football. It's a lot of commitment there, and then the classes, especially in BC, the education's pretty tough. So it's pretty tough juggling it, but I think I do a fine job.
What's your favorite part of being a student here?
Just the people you meet. Just some really nice people. Teachers, students. being a football player, they want to help you. They want to, it's just, they want you to be successful, and they give you every opportunity to do that. So.
Have you taken advantage of Boston and being a student in the city of Boston?
Absolutely. In the summer we go to games at Fenway. We go to the beach. Everything's relatively close. You take the T. It's $250 and you get it anywhere in the city you want. So it's awesome.
Well, we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it.
Truman Gutapfel here with us on Inside BC Football. And that's going to wrap up the show. We appreciate you watching. Catch us again next time. I'm Jon Meterparel.
Tolles at the 45, looking, firing towards the end zone. Smith, he's got it! Jeff Smith, touchdown, Boston College! Oh, the Eagles have found a star receiver, and his name is Jeff Smith.
BC rushes 5, and they'll get there. Harold Landry with the 4th sack of the day for the Eagles.
The red bandana game, the representation of a guy who was committed totally to service for others, who laid his life down for service for others. It's a special place that you reside here at BC. It's special. And what you have to do to honor that is play together. That's what we ask you to do. To bring the best out of each other. To count on each other. To love each other. To drive each other. Respect the game. And have great faith. There's nothing more powerful than that.
Inside BC Football is brought to you by Allstate, Coldwell Banker, WB Mason, and Xfinity.